Your news starts now.
Good evening, I'm Angela Morian.
And I'm Amber Worthy. Thanks for joining us for News 12 Now at 11. THP is investigating a fatal crash that claimed 2 lives in McMinn County Sunday morning right after 2 a.m. Troopers say that the crash happened on Highway 411 in Etowah. 2 cars were involved in the crash. Both drivers were killed. The Tennessee Highway Patrol's Critical Incident Response Team is working to determine what caused that crash.
And another crash killed a man in McMinn County just before midnight last night. The Tennessee Highway Patrol says it happened at 226 County Road 635. Alan Ursry, driving a 1997 Toyota Avalon, was killed when he swerved to avoid collision and hit a concrete culvert. The 53-year-old had been drinking and wasn't wearing a seatbelt, according to THP.
And the Athens Police Department says that they are looking for 3 suspects in an attempted robbery and shooting at a motel this morning. It happened at Athens Lodge off of Exit 52 around 6:15 a.m. The motel clerk was taking a break when 2 males and a female approached him. The clerk told detectives that one of the suspects then grabbed him and pulled out a gun. The clerk says the gun went off as he tried to knock it down. The clerk was shot in the leg before locking the suspects outside of the motel and calling 911. The suspects then fled, and the clerk was taken to a local hospital.
And the Chattooga County Sheriff's Department is searching for the man who shot another man in the leg Saturday morning. According to Sheriff Mark Schrader, it happened around 6:10 a.m. Officials say a man was visiting his girlfriend on Highway 157. They say later on a car pulled into the driveway, began revving the engine before the driver began yelling. Deputies say the car left the scene and the man followed the driver. Eventually, they both stopped near Mount Olive Church on Highway 157. A struggle ensued and the man was shot.
And a family is offering a $1,000 reward for a burglary in Grundy County. Sheriff Clint Strum says that they are working a burglary in Palmer. He posted a video to Facebook saying that it happened at a body shop and they're unsure when it occurred. He says work and paint tools were stolen and they're valued at $10,000 to $20,000. Sheriff Strum says whoever broke into the business was familiar with how the door was locked because they knew just how to break through the special lock. And many Easter celebrations took place all over the country today.
And we're highlighting a few right here in the Scenic City. The first, an annual Easter egg hunt event at the West Side Baseball Field hosted by William Jones. The kids were able to pet various animals as well. When Jones isn't making music, he says he's thinking of ways to give back. And this is one event he's done since 2014. He usually has sponsors, but this year he says he and his brothers funded the event. And the Union Gospel Mission hosted their annual Easter lunch in front of the Bessie Smith Cultural Center today.
This was the 3rd year they've held this event. The Union Gospel Mission has been serving Chattanooga and the tri-state area for over 65 years, and this is just one way that they execute their mission. Executive Director Reverend John Rector says that they are dedicated to serving the homeless and needy of Chattanooga physically, socially, and spiritually.
They do go together. That was what Jesus called us to do. You know, the Union Gospel Mission has served the needy and homeless for over 65 years here in this area. And so part of doing that is saying, hey, it doesn't matter what the cause, doesn't matter what the reason, we're here to help. We want to be a blessing. And so doing it on Easter Sunday, it just has the added benefit of sharing Christ on the day he rose from the dead.
And they plan to do this event and say that it is truly open to everyone. And a Chattanooga family says that every year they celebrate the life and legacy of their beloved Doris Smith by carrying on a traditional Easter egg hunt. This year was the 3rd year, and the family members who came from all over just wanted to be a part of the festivities.
Fantastic.
Everything that you would want a mother to be, she sacrificed for us as well as other people at all times.
This is how members of a Chattanooga family describe Doris Smith. She died on New Year's Eve of 2015. They are now continuing her legacy of bringing her community together on Easter.
Everybody was like, who gonna do the Easter egg hunts?
Miss Doris did that by herself. She fed them hot dogs and hamburgers and everything that we continually to do.
They do that and so much more. This year, they gave away 2 free bicycles as well because her mother was such a big giver.
She collected canned goods for holidays and took to the church to give to the homeless. I mean, she was always giving. And the thing about it is, she always gave more than she had.
Try to teach them the right things so they can one day pass it on.
They are passing that on to the dozens of children here at Eastlake Courts. The officers who patrol this area are always invited. They accepted the invite and didn't hesitate when put to work hiding the Easter egg.
And this what made me smile too. He said the guys was wondering when y'all gonna do it again this year. Oh, I said, of course, Lord's willing, we're gonna do it every year.
And every year they will dance, not mourning, but celebrating the life, love, and smile Doris had and always shared with her community.
A great story. Turning now to national news, President Trump unleashed a flurry of tweets this Easter Sunday attacking DACA and Mexico.
As Laura Podesta reports, the statements came after an unverified report that hundreds of Central American immigrants were coming by busloads to the U.S. illegally.
Before heading into church this Easter Sunday, President Trump tweeted that the immigration situation is getting more dangerous and caravans are coming. He offered no information to back up his claims, but said the U.S. needs help from Mexico, or else he'd cut the country out of NAFTA, the trade agreement signed by the U.S., Canada, and Mexico.
Mexico has got to help us at the border. If they're not going to help us at the border, it's a very sad thing between two countries.
The president also threatened DACA,